Brosplay!
Hey, I got this flask.
Show us this enemy placement. Are those enemies all those things next to the trees?
No.
No?
You got guys shooting arrows here.
Woo.
There's a guy up there shooting arrows.
Whoa. They shoot really far, too.
You got dogs. You got the old Doog. The old Dooger.
So if you run in...
Oh, you're just going to get walloped. But if you take some time and go and check this out, you blocked all the you can fight the dogs isolated from the fire. Fucking dogs.
I like how those archers are able to see you from what is a massive distance.
Oh, for sure.
And that they're aware that you're there. Like, they have a really good system as far as when the enemies can see you.
It feels consistent.
Which
That's
is
always the thing
important,
about
yeah.
MMOs that I felt weird was like you could be standing pretty fucking close to a dude and he's like, nah.
It also, yeah, in an MMO, it depends on your level, whereas in this, they do not care how strong you are. They do not care if you're going to kill them. They are attacking you anyways.
Do enemies run from you in WoW?
Yep.
Really?
Humanoids.
I don't
Humanoids will
remember that.
run away in fear when they get low enough on health. Like, they won't run away at the start of a battle.
Cool.
They'll always attack you when they're full health. But, yeah, I think it's cool, except when I'm playing, and I think it's frustrating as fuck. It's a good mechanic, though, because it makes it harder for you to deal with them one at a time.
Right.
Because when it starts running away, you either need to lock him down or kill him. And then all of a sudden you're panicking and you're chasing him and you're like, and he's pulling new people. So I definitely agree.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the quill thorn or the quill weavers. You remember those like the razorback pigs?
Yeah, the Razorbacks.
Yeah, they did that a lot.
Classic WoW.
Quillbacks. Or something.
I love how they were like, for this next expansion, we're not gonna add very much. Instead, we're gonna take what you've already come to know and love and change it.
Yeah, we're gonna take things away from you.
It's like, oh yeah, that's what World of Warcraft players crave. Change. Fuck. No, they want a similar experience that they already had, but different and new. It's not that complicated. Look at Dark Souls. There's so many things in this game that have been repeated in every version of the game. And yet, it's
good.
Still fucking good. Look at Zelda and Mario. The story is the exact fucking same. Even in Breath of the Wild, the biggest departure Nintendo has ever done from a series. And it still has the classic defeat Ganon, save Zelda, you are Link. It's like they always do these like same repeating things, but well enough that it always feels different.
What I really think they should have done in WoW is
Unit collision?
well, no, they were okay with unit collision, weren't they?
They had no unit collision.
Oh, you could walk through people?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, there was
that's
no
why
unit
PvP
collision.
was so frustrating. You'd have like a rogue that would walk through you.
Yeah, to
and
get to your back.
Spin his camera so quickly that he could he can just like zip around.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of drawbacks in that game. I agree, but I think when it comes to the expansions, people definitely wanted new areas. People definitely wanted new levels. People definitely wanted new talents and moves and new enemies. But what I think they did wrong is in assuming that each of these was an opportunity to change how the game works.
Oh.
I think they should have left the talent system the way it was.
Oh yeah.
From day one. You know how they added, once you pick a talent tree, you immediately get a move?
Yeah.
That was cool. But they should have made that in addition to the old talent trees where you get one every level and it like, that's what they should have done. They should have just added, not subtracted. I think that's the big key is you can't take away components that people have come to call their game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, if I'm about to buy Cataclysm, because before that everything was pretty base game still. Like Walloped was a lot more similar to the original than everything after it.
Right. Oh, for sure.
So when Cataclysm came out, you'd been playing the game for like 5 years at that point.
Yeah.
If I've been playing your game for 5 years and I like it, and I've liked all 3 iterations of your talent trees, what makes you assume I'm gonna like you taking out 3/4 of the talents? Yeah, doesn't that seem so counterintuitive?
There's like, this game is a great example of how you make a game more accessible without dumbing it down. They gave you things like it's a lot easier to do spells in this game. It's a lot more like understandable. they set the intro level up to kind of like integrate.
Just walk past all of it.
They're these guys infinitely respawn.
Oh, okay.
This is the graveyard of the Undying. I don't know if it's called that, but these guys just like there's no point in fighting these guys. They give you like
Still come back.
20 souls and they just keep coming. So.
And so what else did they do? They made the casting easier.
Well, it's just like easier to understand. At least for me, like I didn't understand what like attune spells meant and stuff like that. They also made things like I don't have a lot of examples actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
So is that a demon coming out of a skeleton?
Yes.
Is that what those are supposed to be?
Yes. It's like it's like a growth.
It's weird.
It's fucking cool. Is what it is.
It's a neat enemy, yeah.
So here, remember remember our big spear wielding friend?
Yes.
Is
he coming back?
He's making an appearance.
Spear wielder.
So you can see him.
Spear
See all the spears?
wielder. Yeah. Wait. Is he up in that tower right there?
Ah. Holy shit!
Wow.
Oh, she almost did it. She almost did the exact thing that I put in my video. Where she kills her...
her guy after
dude.
you?
Yeah, right after me.
I forgot about that.
Oh, I was trying to help.
If you haven't seen In My Travels Dark Souls 3, it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I think it's a solid video. I'm not a big fan of my own content. Mostly because it was all done when I was trying to be other YouTubers.
Yeah, I mean, that's not very good.
But I'm really stoked that I got that Hollow Knight video done. Because it's...
Your really quick review?
Yeah, the whole thing with really quick reviews is that I'm not putting a lot of time into them. They're super quick. It's just kind of like... It's kind of like, what the fuck is Hollow Knight? Oh, Hollow Knight's a 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania. You got attacks.
The 1 minute was perfect.
It's
the
less,
timing
it's
was
less,
perfect.
actually. It's like the actual total video is like a minute and 10.
Yeah.
And there's like 30 seconds of raw gameplay at the end of it.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Because you mentioned to me, when that's the bridge where you did your In My Travels thing.
Yeah. I would do it again.
Yeah, let's see if you can get... It's a really beautiful song. I was going to say about the Hollow Knight video, it would have been cool if right at the end you said, I'll leave you with some gameplay. Because it almost felt like you had more.
Oh.
It almost felt like there was more there.
That's a solid... like. That was unintended, that whole like end bit, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll just keep this here, enough time for them to find the links and stuff. But I realize now with quick reviews, I'm always gonna leave the raw gameplay at the end. But that's a fucking right off. That's a really good. Holy shit! I didn't think she could get over that. Actually, help me out, spear guy. Help me out, spear guy.
He got her last time, but he didn't actually hurt her.
Spear guy! I can see your spears here. You've clearly done damage here before. Oh, she gave me blood loss.
Blood loss! On the...
Fucking god. Fucking... You fuck. What? What? What?
Jesus.
What? Nice!
Of course.
Right in time.
Yep.
Right on time.
Of course.
Yeah, that's a good criticism, though. I definitely will say that in the future.
I still really liked it. I like your idea of the quick reviews.
I don't have it's the passion. I have oodles of time to make long JonTron-esque videos, but it's the passion to work on content like that I lack at the moment.
Working on a really long project can be draining sometimes when the end goal is like a year away. It's like 5-6 months.
The fresh is the word that I like to use. Like I was even kind of tired of that video by the time I was done with it. When I first put it together, I was like, this is cool, this is nice, I love this. Watching these episodes for the second time, I'm not really that interested anymore. I don't really see it the way that I saw it the first time I watched it back. Which is why I haven't been watching these episodes until a week after we record them. I used to watch them like the night of, and I realized I'm too close to this. I'm not appreciating it as a viewer. I need time to forget this so that I can watch it fresh.
It's easier for me because I never watch it until it's actually aired, and that's got to be months.
Oh, it's usually
that
3
delay,
months, depending on how it goes.
I was trying to put together a really rough estimate of how many hours we've spent doing this.
Oh,
and so I went.
Yeah, there's like 24 hours of content on the channel, I think.
More than that. How many videos do we have on Brosplay alone?
More than 300.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it was 200.
No, it's definitely more than 3.
Wow. Okay, so we've got. So he doesn't hurt you now, right?
I don't think so, but
But you're gonna be careful, anyways.
yeah.
So we've got 300 episodes at, let's say, an average of 15 minutes a piece.
Yeah.
Because you got some 10 and some 20. You know what? Let's just say 20 because a lot of ours are half an hour.
They're often, pretty
Yeah.
long, depending
So-
on what game it is, but yeah.
If it's 20 minutes, that means there alone is 10 hours. Or sorry, 100 hours.
Yeah.
100 hours of Bros Play alone.
Yeah.
Plus we've got our ad discussions, which are all at least an hour. Some of them are almost 2. Some of them are going to be longer than that.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how much time when you think, you know, if you wanted to watch all of our content, it would be weeks worth of work.
Oh, yeah. It
If
would
you-
take a long time. And I look forward to that. I don't think she can be hurt.
No, that hurt her.
Did it?
Yeah, that did damage to her for sure.
Didn't seem like it did a lot. Hey!
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
There was no explosion on the first one.
Oh.
The first one just hit it, passed through her.
But pass through.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's like the HDMI pass through on the game capture.
That's a thing.
It doesn't work.
HDMI?
HDMI.
A pass
I should
through.
explain.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
So-
don't know what a pass through is.
The HDMI cord goes into the game. Like the PlayStation 4's HDMI cord goes into the game capture, and then another HDMI cord comes out of the capture, goes into our screen,
Mm-hmm.
and then a USB port plugs in, and that it like the computer intercepts the feed, which is how it records while we play at the same time.
Takes a copy but still allows the HDMI
leaves
to
a
go
copy,
through.
yeah.
So that's what the pass through is.
Pass through, yeah.
Okay.
So it's supposed to work like that with the classic. Right now we can't do that. We can't watch the way we play Mercenaries in PS2 games. I had to get a separate device that allows us to watch games through the VGA on my monitor, because for some reason my monitor will not accept anything, like it won't accept 480p through HDMI the way it's supposed to. So the reason why we haven't been able to record GameCube and any other like classic system is because of that. And the only reason why we can record PS2 is because I have this weird split cord that has a yellow and the multicolored.
Oh, I do remember. Yeah, okay.
So I plug the HD plugins into the Elgato, and then the yellow standard goes into what we see.
So we need to get a capture card designed for classics.
No, the capture card is fine. It's actually totally working. It's my monitor.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I bought a device the other day that that converts, and it didn't matter.
Yeah, I'd offer you my monitor, but my monitor only has VGA. So mine would be...
I have an
Kinda
HDMI
useless.
TV. It's just broken.
Yeah, do you have 2 still?
Well, I have the RCA out there, but that one's.
No, I
mean,
meant, do you have
I
2
would-
flat screens?
No.
Just the one?
Well, this monitor and the screen left by my roommate. Power cord, I think it is. But man, I would pay somebody to remove that RCA.
That shitty tube TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what do you... Actually, dude, you could totally get rid of that on your own. Like,
Fuck yeah.
Why don't we
There's
carry it to the recycling bin?
This is an electronics
Yeah.
disposal thing.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Not have recycling bin
Yeah,
would be a bit of a
don't
waste.
put TVs in recycling bins, kids, and don't put recycling in the electronics disposal thing. I walk by that thing every day, and it's disgusting what people like. I don't mean like
Yeah, just because it's a bin, people will just put stuff in there.
Yeah, when I say disgusting, I don't mean like
Garbage.
gross stuff. I mean it's just like fucking couch.
A couch?
A couch.
Really?
There's no what is it? A smart couch?
Oh man, that's brutal. That's really, really brutal.
It
because
is.
that's a waste. It's just a waste of space, and you're just annoying somebody. That's
well, yeah,
laziness.
it's money.
It's
Like
laziness.
that's what it equivalents to. It's that you have to pay somebody to do it or do it yourself. And
And they've decided to just dump it in a bin that it doesn't belong in.
yeah,
I actually went to our local city landfill on
local city landfill.
Thursday. I drilled at our local city landfill.
Yeah.
So I got there in the morning. I got out of my car and I was like, oh great, it's gonna smell like shit all day.
Yeah.
This is
It'll be in
awesome.
your nose too.
And the week before that, I worked at a nearby town's sewage treatment plant. So I've been working in some literally shitty environments for a couple of weeks now. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to go back to fresh air. I was gonna say, where we?
I think I got turned around.
Where'd you even get that blood loss from?
This guy. They have like he's like parasites on him.
Oh, was it delayed? Because it didn't come on until he was dead.
Yeah, it builds up
Oh.
and then does damage, and I don't have anything to take it off.
Every time I see blood loss, I think of what is that song? Is it by Lamb of God or
Can you see
Demon
them?
Hunter? Ooh.
Yeah, they're leeches.
Ew. Gross.
Sticky eels.
We need some bug spray.
Yes, bug
Shoot
spray
it on them.
is so good for getting leeches off. You spray it directly because they absorb things through their skin.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to get rid of a lot of insects. Is if you spray something mildly disinfectant or mildly poisonous.
Yeah.
They'll just suck it in and die. Like you know how you get rid of killer bees? You take a pressure
Soap.
washer. Yeah, soap water pressure washer, and they absorb the soap through their skin and die.
I did that with a wasp.
Really?
Yeah. Just
A spray bottle?
Just a soapy water spray bottle. Just pow from really far away. My cat.
I guess yeah, you're allergic, so you kind of gotta.
Yeah, thanks for telling my weakness to the internet.
Dude, if someone brings like a boxes of bees,
Now they're gonna send bees to me.
You're gonna send them in the mail.
You've
Why
heard-
is there holes in this box?
You've heard of the famous site, send your enemies bees.
And there is one where you can send somebody a tube.
A glitter, yeah.
Yeah, and it explodes in glitter.
Yeah.
Such a dick
Except if
move.
you're gonna open a tube that like a stranger sends you, I don't know. You kind of asking for that.
No, but you know, I would send it to you, or you can say who you want it to be from.
Oh, and
So
it's
yeah,
like,
you could just be like, oh,
hey
it's...
there, big boy. Open me for a fun time, and he's like,
Well,
yay!
no one would open that shit.
Pocket pussy, and then glitter.
Yeah, exactly. You just make it the right size.
Have you seen that Prank Wars? I don't even know who it was by, but the one guy puts the other guy's name up. It's like Pocket Pussy's for sale,
Oh,
and it's his phone number. So he keeps getting people phoning him, and they're like, Pocket Pussy, Pocket Pussy, Pocket.
oh man, that's so brutal. Was that the same one where the guy tricks him into thinking he makes a blindfolded basketball shot?
No.
So you're telling me that one about like ages ago. A guy is in a prank war with his friend, so he makes his friend be the random selectee for one of those mid-game shootouts for like $500,000.
Yeah.
And so when his friend's being prepped in the green room, he comes to the crowd and he tells them no matter what, pretend he gets it in. Like just freak out as if he got it in no matter where the ball ends up.
Yeah.
So his buddy throws it and he thinks he wins all this money and he's super excited. And then the guy who's pranking him walks out with his face behind a giant check so that he can't see that it's him.
Oh.
And when he gets all the way up to him and hands him the $500,000
and he sees it.
and he sees the guy, he immediately knows that, he's... Theoretically, he got $500,000 poorer when his friend showed up.
Absolutely, dude. There was
He was convinced.
There was a guy. It wasn't like they just filmed it for fun. It wasn't even a show. They convinced this dude that they all won the lottery. That's fucking cruel.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, like in an AFV video.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's like the look on their face
When they realize it's not real.
It's like, oh, I don't know. I don't have anyone to trust anymore.
Well, it just seems stupid to me because when you're pulling a prank on somebody, it's supposed to be an you got me.
Yeah.
But it's not an you got me moment when somebody commits some sort of elaborate forgery to make you think you got something you didn't.
Pranks nowadays on YouTube are really fucking dumb. They're not pranks anymore. They're just doing dumb shit to people and then saying it's a prank. That's not how it works.
Yeah, well, that's also, you know how fail videos used to be people failing of their own accord, but every so often these videos start to slip their way in where like one person hurts somebody else.
Yeah.
And you're like, this isn't the point. The point is for someone to be an idiot and hurt themselves because they're being an idiot, not for someone to have asshole friends.
Yeah, like
that's not what I want.
Okay, sorry, I should mention this because you're gonna hear him every time I come back. This is how you access the DLC.
Oh,
This far into the game.
that's crazy.
I think it's fucking awesome.
That's really crazy.
That doesn't open from this side. Does this open from that side?
Hopefully.
Otherwise, I actually don't know how to progress. Oh no, I do. Yeah, that's fucking. What fuck am I talking about?
What am I talking about?
Oh, I got a little notched whip. That's neat. I just have the regular whip. Now I have the notched whip. It's got little notches to show you how many people you've killed.
Yeah, that's actually a very strange cultural thing.
The notch in your bedpost?
No, not the notch in your bedpost. The like the tattoo when you kill someone, or a scar when you kill someone.
Oh.
Like you've seen Death Race, right?
I have.
The Machine Gun Joe, the black guy, carves a tally into his face every time he kills somebody.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I forget how many tallies he has at the beginning of the movie, but he adds one like during the course of it. And it's bizarre because some people would wear the deaths of the people they've killed as like a weight that they would never escape from, whereas other people would literally wear it as a symbol of pride.
Right.
I just think it's so amazing, the diversity of people.
It is amazing.
You know, that for some people taking even a single life would like cripple them, but for others they get tattoos to display it.
Yeah, I just watched you've seen Doctor Strange, right?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, dude.
Somehow. I know it's on Netflix now even.
As a
long we
Benedict
waited.
Cumberbatch fan, I think you would really enjoy it because he does a fantastic American accent.
Really?
Yeah. He still plays an arrogant character, but what I like about him is he doesn't really grow. Like, he's still arrogant.
It's like Deadpool. Deadpool doesn't grow as a character.
Oh, I love Deadpool too. Like the explanation in that movie is phenomenal. Like saying that
The
like
narration?
okay, like look out like listen here, kids. I was always a badass before I had regeneration ability. And I was always a smartass. I always liked to talk and talk and talk.
The Merc with a mouth.
None of that comes from my ability. It's my ability that inspired the fighting crime thing. Well, actually, like revenge inspires his crime fighting, and I like that too.
I think the best line in it is when he said, "What's going on here? My boyfriend told me this was a superhero movie, but he just skewered that guy like a fucking kebab."
Like a fucking kebab.
Because that scene explains what it's about. It's not a superhero movie, it's a superpower movie.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like people went into Watchmen thinking it was a superhero movie.
Oh man, Watchmen is probably one of the best super person movies I've ever seen.
That's fantastic, especially because only one of them actually has a superpower. The rest of them are just crime fighters.
No, but they definitely have powers. Like
they can kick hard.
that's the
punch
thing.
hard.
There's something about them that's not human.
Yeah, I would say it's like
Right?
elevated for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely what do you call those?
Oh, that's true.
Not demigods, but
I am currently experiencing head arrow.
I have a headache for some reason.
It's the top of the head headache. That one really gets me. Enemy placement.
Whoa. Yeah, you're trapped. But,
Wow, that was lucky.
Yeah, that was easy.
That, like I that was like the skin of my teeth. But yeah, Watchmen. People thought it was a superhero movie, and I talked to a guy a long time ago who said that like they're not. They've never considered themselves superheroes. They're not supposed to be the good guys, especially Rorschach.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
was the day that Rorschach began.
Rorschach was the first anti-hero I was ever introduced to, because 1100 must have been a spear.
No, he explodes.
Oh, okay.
Self-immolation.
Yeah, Rorschach was the first character I was ever exposed to who truly was an anti-hero. He didn't care about doing things the right way. He cared about justice.
Yeah, and his form of justice was in some cases like
Violence.
against like what the justice system stands for. He knew that this horrid man would go to prison and probably eventually get out, where he would do things again, so he just fucking chops them.
Dogs go to prison.
Yeah.
Or sorry, men go to prison. Dogs get put down. This warm splashes of blood hit my face. Such an intense movie, man.
What's his original name? Like the character. He's like, that's the night that Billy died and Rorschach was born.
I forget what his actual name was, but they say it quite a few times.
Give me back my face!
Yeah. I love like some of the early monologues he has in that movie where he's like, and when the whores and the miscreants, blood in the streets rises to their mouth, they will look to me to save them, and I will say, no.
I think
Such a fucking awesome character.
I think he says like the whores and the politicians.
Yeah, he does.
Like, oh, I love this guy. Like, he gets it.
When the
He
blood
gets the
rises
world.
in the gutter. So fucked. And he also doesn't even like some of the people who are supposed to be his friend.
Yeah.
The one woman's killed because she's a lesbian, And he says she was killed for her indecent lifestyle.
Yeah.
Such a vicious thing to say about someone who's in the same group as you.
Yeah.
Her indecent lifestyle. He's not defending her in any way. Nor is he even demonizing the people who killed her.
No.
He's essentially justifying the fact that they killed her because what she was doing was indecent.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's fucked.
He's a pretty polarized character.
Yeah, what's his name? Robert something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Robert Shack.
I know that I have friends who are familiar with the graphic novels, or I'm not sure what the original medium is, comic books.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, they're not comic books. They're graphic novels.
Yeah, and he won't watch Watchmen the movie because he just knows enemy placement. He just knows that the movie cannot be as good as multiple graphic novels.
Oh, I think it's a huge medium change, and you have to make your product the final version of the medium is more important than the original source. So if you're making a comic into a movie, you need to make it a movie first and adapt what works for a movie, not just say, "Oh, comics."
This is how it is in the comic.
Yeah, it was like those transition scenes from the Hulk, the one that looked like the Jolly Green Giant.
You're talking about
Eric
the
Bana?
Eric Bana one?
Yeah. And they had these transition scenes where there's like 8 things going on in one scene.
I do remember that. They would have, those like almost like 24, where we'd bring in all those little frames of people doing different things.
Except
I forgot about that.
In 24, they were all
people racing to the same thing.
They had a common theme, and it was usually simple things like the eyes of somebody that's really worried.
A guy
like,
behind the wheel of a car driving fast.
Yeah, it's to remind you like all these things are happening at once. Like, look how clever we are. We design stories.
But yeah, I forgot about how jarring that movie was.
Well, I remember even when we were watching it, Mom was like, what am I supposed to watch? Like, which one?
She actually say that?
Yeah, she's like, which one am I supposed to watch here? Like, there's a tank in the top right, and there's like a useless, like, there's like a Humvee scene that has nothing to do with anything in the bottom, and it's like, what am I looking at?
And it's really just because they either didn't feel comfortable leaving out transitions, or they didn't think about what their transitions would be.
I think they just thought, oh, comics have it.
Did they both just fall down the stairs?
Yeah, well, they
explode at the end.
They belly flop and explode.
Oh, okay. It just looked like they tripped.
Yeah,
at the end of the stairs.
The stairs are like whoop, 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 whoop.
A huge blunder.
Stairs.
I think
how big this fucking door is.
That's not good. Wow.
That was
You were talking about how fog walls don't have the same effect because they always have a boss behind them.
Shit. Yeah.
But I think what's happened in this game is fog walls have been replaced by doors. Because doors, I find, are where all the suspense ends up. At least for me. Because when we're about to go through a door, could be a boss fight, could be a fire, could just be a new area, right? The door is the most generic connection now. And also, the doors open so slowly. They're designed to build suspense.
Yeah, I think it's kind of similar to that that Link to the Past, where you see the chest way before you can get to it.
Yeah, it's building up what's going to be behind it.
Yeah.
I think they've done an okay job, because I remember the fog walls having more of an impact before, but I think they've just sort of moved away from the fog walls. I think they've tried to minimize them by putting them as a boss intro.
Yeah, there's 2 great examples of what I was talking about earlier. The accessibility of the game. You have I'm just gonna use an ember for a heal because I don't have any more heals. The bonfires after every boss, and fog walls only being re-entered boss fights. Those are 2 that's an accessibility thing. It makes it easier for a new player to the Souls series to acquaint themselves with what's going on. Well, as the first game, it fucked with you mentally. You'd be like, fuck, is that a boss fight? I don't know, I'm not really sure. And then it's just a room. And you go, oh.
I think that's cool too. I think suspense is really important in a game like this. You want to make people feel like their decisions are important, and you want to make them feel like the world is forcing them to make decisions.
Yeah.
You don't want the player to feel like they have all the control. Like when you play a game like Crackdown, it stops being fun.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
When you remember your Prototype? And how little fun it was after the first 25 minutes?
Yeah, you're just flying around. You have all the powers.
It was amazing when you first started playing. You could run straight up walls. You could do whatever you wanted. Your character was virtually limitless as far as his physical power. You could turn your arms into swords and hammers. You could just fight tanks on foot, which is cool. But then after a while, you realized Superman is a shitty character. You know?
Yeah.
That you
Yeah,
can't have someone who can't be killed.
He's fundamentally uninteresting after a certain point because nothing does damage but kryptonite. So it's like, I wonder what's gonna happen this time.
Yeah, Superman. I think Superman and Batman are funny because they come from the same maker, right? Both DC.
Yeah.
And I see how they did that.
You see that?
Yeah. You open the door from the other side, and then we're here.
Level
with
design.
fire.
Looping.
So I think Superman and Batman being side by side is hilarious because Superman is probably the least complex character of all superheroes,
Oh yeah.
and Batman is probably the most complicated
He's
character.
got so much going on.
There's a comic snippet that I saw where Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman all grab Wonder Woman's lasso of truth, and you have to speak your true name.
Oh.
So she says whatever her name is, Clark Kent says his name, and then Batman says Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's also a
that was
comic
pretty
where
sweet.
this guy gets inside the mind of Bruce Wayne to try to get the true or Batman to try to get the identity of Batman. And he gets Batman to say his name, and all he says is Batman. Like he legitimately has two personalities, like Batman and Bruce Wayne. It's why he's able to keep it up. He has this overly selfish, grandiose character named Bruce Wayne, and this
whom he plays.
And then he's got Batman, which is this extremely selfless, like a perfect example. That's why Christian Bale was such a good guy for Batman, because he plays the snarky rich guy so
Very
fucking well. So when he's like, "You've all had your time, you face-sucking, two-faced people. Get out of my home." Like, he's so fucking good at it.
People believe it, yeah.
People do believe it.
I read a really good comment when I saw that quote, like the comic book snippet,
Yeah.
and someone said Bruce Wayne died in that alley.
Yeah.
Because
Well, he
that's
was split in
essentially
two.
what happened, yeah.
Yeah.
And is there another season of Gotham on the way? I hope so.
I haven't seen 2 yet.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Did you know?
What?
Did you know? I really appreciate. I just looked over as you were doing that. You wanted to look at me to say that, but you kept your mouth aimed at the microphone, and I really appreciate that professionalism.
Yeah, I'm trying to aim with my eyes. I'm looking at you, but I'm miking the right direction.
There's an animated film, a Justice League film. I can't remember what it's called, but it's an alternate universe where Batman was raised by which way did I come from? Up or down?
You're not talking about the one where Bruce Wayne dies and his father becomes Batman and his mother becomes the Joker?
No, I've heard of that one, but I don't know if that one's animated. But
oh no, it's not. That's just a theory.
no, this one's fully animated. It's an alternate universe where the Justice League kills people.
What?
Yeah, Superman was raised in Mexico by Mexicans, and even has like a little mustache, and for some reason tanned. I don't know how that happened, but because wouldn't he like?
He can fly into the sun.
He'd be immune to the sun's rays. He wouldn't. Like, it would make sense if he spoke a certain way, but he wouldn't. Anyway, that's not important. He says things like "Ios Mios," and Batman is a vampire Batman.
Whoa.
So he sucks the blood of people.
Whoa.
And he's played by Michael C. Hall. It's phenomenal.
Is this a
so fucking
TV
good.
show?
It's animated. It's a movie.
What?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Fantastic.
What's it
It's
called?
Like, oh, it's got some name. It's like,
What if I search Batman?
I don't think it's called Injustice, because that sounds too. Yeah, no, it's.
So I should search Justice?
We'll look it up after this, because I would know what it looks like. But it's awesome, because Batman's trying to find out how to. He's trying to cure himself.
Whoa.
Because he doesn't want to be a vampire.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
And I can't remember the other person, but she's also. I think.
Wait, you
want to
go back in that room?
What's that?
Check out that fucking shrine right there.
Yeah, it's pretty neato.
Pretty neato.
It is, but I want to save the rest of it for next time. Thank you for joining us. We are way over.
What's a quarter hour?
You said, well, I mean, you said we often do 25-minute episodes. This is a 34.
Well, there's a reason I rounded to 20.
Yeah, exactly.